Good morning, folks. Welcome to Wednesday. I do have a notification that our initial ad break will start in 10 seconds, so I will go ahead and get in-game in just a couple of minutes here. Feel free to say hello in the chat if you are popping in. We'll get started really soon. Welcome to Wednesday. Really should get back into my habit, I think, of doing a little bit of a sound test before we get started, but hopefully we will have some folks in here in just a moment that will let me know if they cannot hear me, despite the fact that we are in ad break. I believe Songvale is coming today, and of course I would expect that she's subbed. She'll tell me if there's any issue. Or you get in game. Let's not install a Steam controller update right now. It is time for streaming. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. We'll go ahead and just get into it. I'm thinking about continuing some questing this morning. I am using Steam controller, so if you feel like my mouse movements seem strange or I seem like I'm making weird misclicks, it's because I'm still getting used to playing actively on this controller. But it makes me feel a little bit more free and definitely helps my hands and shoulders and arms be a little more comfortable when I switch up how exactly I am choosing to play. Hello, Songville. Welcome. Good morning. I am still seeing an ad break for another minute and a half, which I know you're not seeing, but others might be seeing. So I'm just going ahead and letting that happen. How are you today? Doing alright? Also, should we do Harindar stuff on Runethay or Voidstorm quest on Entrin? What are your thoughts? Longo says today she is having trouble being positive towards any living creature. Alright, well let's do Harindar, because I feel like that's big healing energy. And Voidstorm is big violence energy. Songville agrees that Harindar is where she's at. That sounds good. How are the audio levels today? I feel like I'm looking to the side on that second monitor and looking away from the mic with the way I have everything set up at the moment. I wonder if I should, on the one hand I'm like, oh, maybe the mic should be on the other side, but on the other hand I think the angle won't be right if I switch it. Seems good? Alright. I guess the trouble would be if I put the mic on the other side, then it would block my view of the secondary monitor, and that would not be great. Loading times today are pretty long. I hope they're not still having connection stability issues. Of course, the one thing that I need to reach now I've put ultra far away from myself. Alright, already getting texts from work, but nothing I have to attend to, so we can get started. This was a nice tree. Yeah, me and Songbell were hanging out in this tree last night. Plugging in my phone because it's decided it's almost dead. I'm feeling like chill this morning. I'm not super focused, but I'm not like, I don't know. After I was talking to you, I did end up going and grabbing a book and having a sit for a little bit. Tango says she keeps trying to turn my camera. I'm sorry. I'm almost like, I thought I was settled in when I turned on stream, and I just wasn't, I guess. But I will be playing here. Here we go. Oh, okay. What is going on? Oh, you know what's going on? My Steam controller is set to my, browsing and RuneScape profile. That's what's going on. We are taking a journey to change my controller profile. Tonga says, poor Runethe. I don't know if it's because you, like, Runethe has to play RuneScape, or... Tongo says, forces beyond his comprehension are smooshing him into a tree. You know, is that not... What? Where'd my WoW one go? It cleared my profile. I can't use my Steam controller because it cleared my profile. I hope this one is... Hope this one's okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one have my new trackpads? No. At least this one won't take that long. I don't know. That occasionally happens, and I don't understand why. It doesn't remember that I created a new one at all. That's so frustrating. I don't know why it went away. I'm very sad right now. I wanted to play... I wanted to play this on controller today. And I guess you guys can't see what I'm messing about with right now. Well, we'll give it a shot, even though it's missing some of the buttons I had set up. Yeah, I'm on Windblade. And like the sensitivity is super bad again. It's like it reverted to like what it was set up like a couple weeks ago for some reason. Songville says she doesn't think her mouse Blueberry needs any sunflower seeds for a bit. She's just noticed that one of her boxes is stuffed full of sunflower seeds. She good. She's ready. Yeah, I don't know why it, And it did that thing where it turned, like, the press threshold, like, all the way up again. I don't really understand why that happens. I have had that happen a couple of times now with Steam Controller. I feel like it happened once or twice on Steam Deck, but it wasn't as common. But I do have to apologize if you're watching me really hit any of my keybinds that are labeled for numpad things right now. It is because it cleared the better version that I came up with.
We shall not falter.
Just do a couple of things to pick up here. But yeah, I think we're gonna head over to Harandar. I see problems here and I need to fix them, you know? Is there an arrow from some Far Striders having fun that other people do not understand? Let's see. What other problems do we have? I noticed I had some progress already, although it looks like my progress is not changing as I do stuff, so maybe this tracker is just broken right now. But I was thinking maybe I had progress from being in a group with you yesterday, Sungvale. Alright. That's good to go. We will head to Harandar. Oh, you guys can't see my chat log, but there's, like, no name. It just says, colon, and then blank. So, like, somebody said something, but I can't see what their name is or what they said. Very spoopy. Songwell says, I wonder if it's someone you have on ignore. No, it was like cream. It was NPC dialogue.
The den has been ravaged with vermin. If we deal with that problem, the elders will be more favorable with us. Take a Gremlins.
I really need to focus on like streaming and playing WoW right now, but what I want to do is Google and figure out why my Steam controller things occasionally disappear. Songwell says, or it could be one of those NPCs that follows you for a quest but shows up as a more generic NPC for other people. Erator is a follow NPC in that area. Yeah, maybe, and so it was like misfiring. We were showing part of his scripted lines, but I couldn't see him. But also, I could partially see him. How do you settle in when it's time to play WoW? What techniques do you think I should use to, like, put my focus on this? I'm moving my coffee so that I can get to it easier. I always make this mistake when I'm setting up for streaming, where I put both my drinks over to the right, you know, where, like, they're really easy to access anytime that I'm not streaming, but my microphone is in the way, so I am not able to easily reach them, and that makes it a bad place to put them, actually. Songwell says for her, being in the mood to play WoW is something that she doesn't have great techniques for, but getting the aesthetic vibe down is very important. So she has better success wanting to play Calway, her Haranir, when she plays the Harandar music on YouTube. That makes sense. I am trying to optimize my, like, gaming setup right now. With, like, my drinks and whatnot. I'm very bummed about this controller situation. I think we're gonna pause. I need to know why does this keep happening? Let's see. So far, I found a couple people reporting it and saying, yeah, I hate it. I can't figure out what the trigger is. I just save. the thing so it's easy to revert. I guess I should just remember to do that, huh? I should just save the profile so that I can reload it whenever I need to. Back on the topic of how to get in the mood for WoW, Songville says she thinks you just have to pick a zone aesthetic or pick a character aesthetic or only play characters in zones that they match to get into it. Songville says, how do we save the profile? I don't know. So I guess we should find out. I guess when you go into your controller settings, on the screen where you get to pick which layout you want, it's the first one after you hit edit. There's a gear icon near the top next to edit layout, and you can do export layout. And that seems to be necessary. I'm annoyed by this reality. I'm gonna fix it and then export my thing. Give me a second. I am creating a radial button, or radial menu real quick. Five, 6, 7, 8. I have a full clock face as a radial menu when it's working correctly. 0. Period. All right. Let's make sure that that is working. Oh yeah, now it's deleted my RuneScape one, so I'll have to redo that. That's annoying. That's annoying. We'll export this so this never happens again. I have to figure out how to export layout. How do I do it? Songwell says, do I know where the herb pills are? Did you check the drawer by your bed? Also check the area around around Tron, around your computer. I want to be able to download this because I don't seem to be able to find it, and that is very annoying. Hopefully it will save this time, because I actually did not figure out how to save a profile for it. But
I don't have a target.
At least it is fixed now. Songwell says, thank you, I had not looked in the drawer. Yep, I think that's where I thought all the medicine went. Alright, we are finally about to actually play WoW. Get ready. Alright, so quests. I think I was working on this one, so we will continue. We had a, we are feeding a very lazy creature that is also someone's beloved friendly pet, Bug Noodle, and trying to help them perform their duties of taking care of roots. Songville says that she's going to be right back really fast because she doesn't have any water. Well, yeah, if I have to hydrate, you have to hydrate. Those are the rules. Advantages of being a demon hunter, like you can just drop off your mount whenever and it's fine. Let's see. So we need to feed Riverscale here. Riverscale likes the birds and the potatoes. And that is the circle of life, unfortunately. Songville says she too likes potatoes. True, but do you like potatoes?
Whoa, you're pretty weird looking for a Rutani. Where are all of your flowers and bits? Wait a minute. You're no Rutani at all. Are you one of those outsiders that Saku and Orkun keep talking about? Oh, I just had a great idea. Did you know that the goddess used to have a pet? Rumor has it that when the goddess disappeared, Al-Sharan was so sad that he flew up into the highest roots of Harandar, never to be seen again. But every so often, he goes looking for food, and his scales fall as skyglass. I want to gather some. It's my dream to see Al-Sharan firsthand. Will you help me? Okay, so I may have a different thing that I'm supposed to be doing in the Cascades, too. It's my turn to gather saptor fronds for stew. It's such a pain. Not only are saptor fronds horribly bitter, but the saptors are barely even fun to hunt. They don't even make your blood flow that fast before they die. But hey, you probably don't get to fight saptors as often as I do. Maybe while you're looking for skyglass, you could gather some up for me? You know, while you're in the area.
Alright, I have an ad for... This one's new, at least. That it was for AI viewers. I mean, at least it would give me more people to interact with, I guess. Although, obviously not people. I don't know. Songwell says she doesn't want to eat potatoes. That's true, but Riverscale does. Songwell says, why have they sent an actual child to hunt plant raptors? Because the Haranir are metal as frick. Yet again, World of Warcraft is trying to show that their elves are not prissy. They are, in fact, deeply freaking metal. And in fairness, I actually can't think of any prissy elves. Like, I feel like that's the elven stereotype because, I guess because they're pretty. But I feel like elves are actually, in their own media, like, always hyper-competent and dangerous when angered. And all of that. Which is kind of funny then that the stereotype is otherwise. Songwell says she no longer feels like Duskharbor's mother was remiss in letting him be watched by a giant cat. Because then he didn't have to go off and fight plant raptors, or because, like, that was more responsible than some of her peers. Songwell says the stereotype is perpetuated by people who identify as dwarves and identify dwarves as drunk, rude people. Yeah, that makes sense. Which, you know, is not dwarves. Dwarves are just very Norse. They're direct, straight, to the point, practical, but, like, take care of their own. I guess I feel less bad about, like, we're not gonna touch the potadpole, you know? But these ones are aggressive, and they're not friendly. So, okay, I wish the potato tadpole would stay away so it's, you know, not gonna be a thing that I accidentally touch them with AoE. The children still have a chance to become good. It's a real grizzed moment. You don't have to be like your parents. You could be wholesome. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many messages right now. I have no idea what this message is about, and I feel like it is not actually meant to be sent to the work group chat, rather than just a specific coworker. Whoa. I don't know what that effect I just saw was. That was intense. Alright. Songville says the deer who was in the courtyard was indeed 3 for the price of 1. She saw her this morning with 2 tiny smoles. Aww. I hope the smoles do well. 3 for the price of 1 is a fun way to say going to have twins.
It's too far away. I need to target something first.
I have to say the radial menu is a way better way to do, like, radial menu set up as a clock face is a way better way to do the 12 keybinds on a touchpad menu. Than the, like, grid thing I was doing before. This just works. It's a lot easier to, like, get it right. I did actually see the pet that the quest giver talked about, Aln Sharan. I actually noticed it. It uses the, cloud serpent model up in the sky, and if you fly close to it, it has a lightning storm that does an incredible amount of damage. I survived, but only because I was paying attention. At least a little bit. It's still not perfect. I am still misclicking a little bit, but like this menu option. Songwell says she wonders what it is lore-wise. Yeah. This is only, like, vaguely related because I, like, had a train of thought that jumped around a bunch after you said that with, like, game design. But remind me to bring you Pokemon and Legends Arceus this weekend. And or let me know if you want me to just put it on the Steam Deck. I guess on the Steam Deck we could try to find like a mod to improve the lighting engine on it if that is something that you want. Songwell says, will we have any time to play them? She's realizing that she left the Steam Deck in the car. I mean, I guess you'll get sick. I was gonna say, you can play it in the car when we're driving to Costco. But I don't know. I'm on the fence about skipping the meeting for work. I don't know if I feel gutsy enough to do that after, like, raising a stink about where we were going during the meeting. But if I go to the reason it's relevant is if I go to the meeting, it definitely means that I'm not getting there until the evening, for sure, rather than, like, the morning, so there won't really be as much time to do stuff in the evening. Although that's not true. Like, even if I get to your house at 7, realistically, we go to bed at, like, 10. So, there's like 3 hours to do stuff, and that's plenty of time to, like, start a video game.
What did the roots bring?
We are blessed to live in Harandar, and we treat that as a responsibility. The roots of the world trees wind through these lands, and we must tend them to make sure that they continue to thrive. I am Sienna, charge nurse of Nordrissel. It is a responsibility I take very seriously.
You may speak.
I knew you could do it, Riverscale. Who's a good grove crawler? Who's the best crawler of them all? Who's a big, strong grove crawler who knows how to teach strangers how to care for world trees? Sienna looks up at me. You knocked him out of his laziness, Runethe. I can't thank you enough for your help.
Let's see. I don't need these rewards, so we'll take the one that gives the most gold.
Wild guide you.
All Riverscale needed was a friend to help shake him out of his gloom. Thank you, Runethe.
Alright, well, we did that one. Let's go help the child with her hunting expedition. Good morning, Photon Debugger. Afternoon, I suppose, in your case. What do you think, Photon Debugger? Do you like being Photon or Buggy? Songwell says, this Harnier is the reading very Nelf. I feel like the Harnier are better at conveying what the Night Elves are supposed to be than the Night Elves generally succeed in being. How's it going, Photon? I don't know if I told you, I made it up into the Ultra Ball League. I mean, not very far into it, but I made it into the Ultra Ball League in Champions. Photon says she prefers Photon. Alright, great. We'll go with Photon then. It is Wednesday. So stray sky shards from, I don't know if we can see. I don't see Aln Sharan right now, but flavor text, though they seem to fall throughout Harandar, no one is certain where sky shards come from. I think they come from Aln Sharan. Photon Debugger says she's pretty busy at work, but congratulations on my Champions achievements. Thank you. We also got Songvale to play a battle, and in casuals, and she won. Technically, she did play a tiny amount of the opening of Soul Silver, but that was definitely her first, like, double battle. First, you know, PvP battle, and she won. I found very impressive. She was using my team and had, like, kind of the strategies that I had been, but I'm still very, very impressed. She did it. She did it. She did it. Hooray! We just gather up a bunch of these? I think so. Again, if anybody's tuning in and is like, why are your mouse movements so weird? The answer is, we are playing on Steam controller. But still using, like, we're using all of the Steam input stuff to basically emulate a whole keyboard so that I don't have to have rearranged my bars for the console port add-on. Because while you can save different bar layouts with the edit menu, you can't save different placement of abilities. So I have totally forgone trying to figure out console port in favor of,
To get closer.
you know, creating what some people may call cursed. Just using my normal keybind layout. Songwell says she didn't actually make hydration when she left to do that earlier. You lied to me. But she will be on the other side of the desk for a minute and will reply in a moment. Well, we can't say anything else about her behavior as she's not here to defend herself, and that would be unsporting. But you can think of things that you can say to Songwell when she comes back. And she is ready to duel you in a battle of wits once again. Intact saptor fronds. They're known for their fragrance and flavor. Haranir wrap their meals in these fronds before steaming them over boiling water. Ooh. You know, I have to say, like, when I think of steamed food, it's like similar to boiling, where I just imagine there won't be any value left. But I should try learning to wrap things. You know, in the way that, like, people make, like, tamales. Or I know there's various different Asian cuisines where, like, they're wrapped in large leaves. And I wonder if I should give it another chance. But what I really want in my, like, cooking repertoire of skills is more crispy stuff. I was distracted by scrolling today, and then I ended up... Oop, I don't know where I just yeeted my spell. Oopsie. I wasted my time this morning with some scrolling, trying to get my head in order. So I did not actually get to make breakfast. I was gonna make, buffalo chicken thighs, which is like chicken wings, but with thighs, because that's what was on sale. They're still juicy, they're still good. Maybe I will do that after. No, don't fish. What the heck? What the heck? One thing that you will notice if you are playing on controller, or touchpad for that matter, with a bunch of keybinds that use things like mouse tilt buttons, is that when your mouse is over one of these abilities, if you, like, use center click or tilt click or something like that, it just clicks the mouse, and so it doesn't actually activate the keybind. And that takes a little bit of getting used to in using your keybinds correctly. Dogwell says she's trying to work herself up to drawing with the stream. You could, instead of, like, working on a drawing you, like, really care about, like the Astrolabe one, you could just work on filling a page with squiggles. Sometimes those end up looking really cool, to be honest. And it just gets you in the habit of having something out while you watch stream. That's what I would try to do, I guess. Or, I don't know. That's what I'm saying right now. Would I try to do it? I don't know. I might just be stuck at the same stage you are, but it would be nice to get away from being stuck at that stage, so that's my advice. You heard the noise and you're playing WoW. Wonder what that is? It was just a whisper that I received. I thanked somebody for, calling out in general that they were going to do that rare, and they whispered me back after they left a little bit later, so I assume they didn't notice my message in the chat log initially. To thank me, or to say you're welcome for the thanks. Alright.
Come on, you guys! Give it back! Those sky shards are mine! No way! Runts like you can't play with sky glass. Besides, you still think it comes from some flying lizard. Face it, Curry. There's no such thing as Al-Sharan. Curry sniffles angrily. Tears gleam in the corner of her eyes. Al-Sharan does exist, and I'll prove it to all of you. Curry, wait! Oh, goddess, there she goes. Uh-oh. Hello, Root Warden Kamari. Songville says she wants to find out whether Rebel has any ruler or stencil tools in it, as she is stuck a lot. Are you, like, stuck in general, or stuck on trying to figure out how to, like,
get that from Rebel.
You are strange to me.
Harakuai is a village of secrets. Though the Zur Ashar keep our memories, and the elders keep our traditions, we of the Weeping Roots pay most frequent homage to the parts of our goddess's creation that we do not yet fully understand.
I do not know you.
Aln Sharan is a folktale that we tell Haranir children to explain the shards of glass that occasionally rain upon Harandar. Most grow out of searching for sky serpents, but Kuri's heart has always been filled with whimsy.
You are strange.
Goddess preserve. Kuri has always had her mind wrapped up in the roots.
Go now, please.
Oh, Kuri.
I do not know you.
Kuri is imaginative as she is fierce, but she has also had a bad habit of neglecting her chores. I appreciate your contribution to our community, though I shall have to give Kuri a scolding once she returns.
Do not return.
Oh,
stranger.
that Kuri. She holds tightly to our ancient traditions and tales. Perhaps too tightly. There is a difference between holding reverence for our ancient ways and chasing them into dangerous caves. I fear she might bite off more than she can chew in her search for Aln Sharan. Won't you go after her? She seems to trust you now that she sees you as her co-conspirator in this quest. Please, bring her home safely.
Go now, please.
Come along, you two. This traveler has to go clean up the mess you've made. And we have to have a talk about respect. Aw, but Root Warden, we're gonna be gathering Saptor fronds for weeks. Tango says she is stuck on making herself do things, but she is trying to turn on the tablet. I'll tell you what, if you turn on the tablet and boot on Rebel and make at least 3 marks, I will drink some water. Photon Debugger says, I want my whimsy back. I agree. I would like an easy access to the feeling that things like WoW and Pokemon are worthwhile and fun, such that, like, I just feel that way when I turn them on. They just feel like the thing to do. I guess in general, I would like my mind to be oriented towards, like, looking for enjoyment and then also able to perceive enjoyment instead of, like, looking for threats and things it should be anxious about. So, like, I want easy access to that feeling of fun, but then also I want the fact that, like, it gives me the energy and fire of life to be a good enough reason to do things. That's what I want back. Songo says the tablet is on, but Rebel has to go into a cave and contemplate the curvature of the universe before it decides whether to turn on or not. That's brutal. Oh.
Ack! Go away! I'm not a tasty shrub.
I need to get closer.
Got jumped.
I need a target.
Chlorocerae are so much spookier up close. Thank you for saving me, new friend.
I am ready.
Okay. So, maybe I'm a bit of afraid of the dark, but that doesn't mean I'm not going in there. You'll probably be with me there too, right? There are probably tons of sky shards to be found inside. The adults find all sorts of stuff in the caves around here that we use back at the village. A lot of the critters that live in the caves like to gather skyglass in particular. I guess they think it's shiny. That's good for us, though. It means we can go and get a bunch of skyglass. Go in there and make sure the coast is clear, and then I'll come in and gather up as much as I can carry. At this rate, we'll be able to summon Aln Sharan in no time.
You won't find me.
I'll stay out here and, keep watch. You call out when you find a bunch of skyglass, and I'll come running.
I was not... I don't know if I've seen people use this hairstyle before. And so I actually at first thought it was one of the Kultiran women. Because well, maybe that's where this hairstyle used to be from, because it's so round. Oh, this person has the High Elf ears. They're playing a human, but they're using the High Elf ears. This face just looks so different. Do they have, like... No, they don't have a toy on. They're using customization options that I've never seen before. Interesting. Songwell says elf human, very good. Elf human with a pet, lost offspring of Gazranka. Songwell says she used that hairstyle on Bryn Mawr. Oh, okay. Has Rebel opened yet for you? Snail! Hello, Snail. We're just here to get the stuff.
Whoa! There's so much of it! Hang on, I'll gather up as much as I can.
Oh my god. Brain slimes. Which is a terrible, terrible sentence that I had, or a terrible phrase that could be authentically uttered. And that's horrifying. These are terrible. I do not like brain slimes. Songwell says, keep them away from the delightful snail. Yeah, I'm really worried that my AoE is going to hit the snail, to be honest.
I don't have
Oh, that worked. She gathered it up. Oh, weird. No, she didn't gather it because I didn't, like, pull the ad, I guess. So we'll have to do it again. I was backing up so I didn't pull the snail, but, evidently I didn't pull the quest mob either. I'm not really sure when fights are so short and I don't have to, like, gather up a bunch in, like, an AoE moment. I'm not always sure what buttons to push on Demon Hunter these days. You know? Songwell says, there is a ruler tool and an ellipse. Woohoo! Have you made at least 3 marks? The icon for summoning the kid is not happening. I guess I can only summon her in big groups of stuff. Ooh, wow, that's a big one. Alright, we'll pull it back here. Come here. Come here. Come here. What do you mean the camping spots? Like, the sky shards are on the floor and, like, sparkling. But it's not popping up. It's like it only pops up in, like, those big groups. Songwell says both here and at the last one there were bedrolls. Oh, I see. Okay. I think it's odd that I can't, like... Oh, here, I can just click these. Okay. So these small ones I can click. I don't have to have her come get it, which, you know, fair enough. It's true. I am a big demon hunter. I can pick it up myself. Yep, that was the issue. So these ones I just have to click myself. I don't want to touch the snails, so I'm really hoping it doesn't decide that to get the last 80% I need to kill snails. It doesn't look like they're a quest objective when I mouse over them, so I don't think I need to get what I need. Copper seam. But where's their... Oh, I can go up. Okay. I can go up. We're all here, picking up sky glass. Alright, got everything we needed from the cave. And picked up some ore also on the way, which is nice. I bought a can of air at Walmart yesterday. I have been debating literally for years at this point as to whether or not I should buy canned air or get like an air compressor that would be more reusable. But I never actually just did it. And so yesterday I was in the aisle, I saw the canned air, and I just was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. I need to just make progress in my life. And I used it, and my laptop like actually blows it's not strong, but it actually like blows wind again, and the heat management is so much better. Like, I don't feel like I get more frames or anything like that, but the top of my laptop is like not hot anymore, and that is actually kind of awesome. I do feel like running the streaming software in World of Warcraft and the second monitor today, like, it did kick up the fans. It is using the fans more so than like last night, where like I was playing WoW and it was like barely running the fans. And that was cool. I guess literally. Today it is definitely running the fans, but in fairness to it, I'm also asking a lot more. Songville says that she hopes this will help with Genshin. Ooh, yes, that would be awesome if it helped with Genshin too. Did you make 3 marks in Rebel?
Yes, 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 yes! This is so much! Al-Sharan will notice for sure. He probably wants all of his skyglass back. This is it! We have all the skyglass we can carry. The legends say that Al-Sharan cries crystal tears to mourn the missing goddess. Maybe if we give the crystals back to him, he won't be so sad? Maybe then he'll appear for us. Meet me back at the village. I think I know the perfect place to make our offering. Meet me back at Harkuai. We're going to summon ourselves a flying serpent.
I really hope this goes well for her. Also, I need to remember to I feel like there probably won't be a giant update because there was a large update last week, but I need to remember to turn on Genshin today just to make sure that we are ready to go for tomorrow. It is so frustrating that Genshin's anti-cheat blocks Steam Controller from working. Because it is so nice to be able to have a controller and a mouse cursor. But yes, we can't win them all. Ooh, you know what? I have wait, this... Oh, okay. Alright, pause. I have just remembered another Steam controller setting that I put on here and I need to put back. Please hold. Mouse. Middle mouse. Okay. All right.
I
Nice.
don't have a target. I need to target something first.
That actually might not be as smooth as I was hoping. Where is she? Now I'm being attacked by a lot of creatures. Okay. I was trying to put the center of my radial menu as middle mouse click, but I think my
I need a
touching the
target.
center is not not precise enough, so I'm gonna bind it to a rear button instead. Oh, I need to get up there. Okay. Alright, well, we'll pause for just a second. I'm gonna fix my key binding that I wanted to have work, but did not seem to work out well for me. And we will do buttons, rear button. Shift, control, numlock. Middle mouse click. Actually, we will just definitely I don't know which of these things, like, make it save forever. So I just clicked all of the save options. I do see that it is warning that there will be an ad break here in 3 minutes. So we'll finish this storyline. You know what? I haven't had to stand up I mean, I've done a lot of other off-topic things, but I haven't had to stand up to use the restroom at all. Away from stream, and I'll actually get to go during the ad break today. Huzzah!
You are strange to me. Do not return, stranger.
Here we go, Curry.
Come on! We don't want to miss our chance! Also, all of the sky glass is heavy. Can't you carry some?
I know the way.
Look! It's happening!
I am not sure what I'm supposed to look at.
Wait, that's it? That can't be. I was so sure.
I am ready.
You know, I thought I would be sad if this didn't work, but I actually feel okay. I still believe. There's so much magic in the world, and even if Alnsharan isn't exactly what I think he is, his story still exists for a reason. And that's important to me, I think.
Go, run!
I hope you are not too disappointed, little one. Mysteries and legends are fickle things. Disappointed? No way! So our first attempt didn't work. That doesn't mean Alnsharan isn't real. It just means I'm missing something. Our home is filled to the brim with wonders. Everything is so strange and old. I bet Alnsharan is out there. I just have to figure out how to call him down. Your spirit is indomitable, Curry. I'm proud of you. But next time, don't ask strangers to gather your raptor fronds, You owe me twice as many next week. Ah! My skyglass gathering might be facing a slight delay.
Well, I have to tell you, Curry, that it is real. I've seen it.
Our first try to summon Alnsharan didn't work, but that's okay. I think I know the problem. Alnsharan is supposed to be a big serpent. A really big serpent. So maybe we just need more sky shards. Maybe we need, I don't know, 500. 500 sky shards. Then there's no way Alnsharan won't notice. But how in Alnhara's name am I going to get that many?
I don't know the answer to it, but I do feel the need to find this serpent now and share with you that he is real and I saw him. But where did I see him? I think I was like way up in here. Of course, he might like path all the way around the zone. But I did see him. Let's see if I can find him. I don't know if any of you are like, I don't know about this guy, but it's important to me. I feel like this quest where like you have wonder and magic and belief and everyone around you's like, that's dumb. That speaks to me, you know what I mean? Particularly because in the last week or so, I've started having more problems again with just, like, being frustrated with how empty things feel and how everybody but me seems, like, totally fine with that at work. Whereas I am struggling to continue doing the stuff in that reality. And so it just feels important to me to acknowledge that her sense of wonder, her dream, her belief is real. And I saw it. Songo says, this is an Alani reference, isn't it? Yes. This is exactly like Alani. Which is interesting. I also wonder, like... So, when we find Aln Sharan, you will see that Aln Sharan is like one of the visions in the Rift of Aln, which are, you know, sometimes real things and sometimes things made of, like, nightmare dreams. And I wonder whether or not Aln Shara is, like, conventionally real, or if it is a thought form, or if it became a thought form, or something like that, because it is one of the Aln Shara ghosts. Also, we are on ad break right now, and I'm not going to the bathroom because my streaming timing is phenomenal. I don't really need to go at the moment, so we'll just wait. I don't see him up, but I promise you, he's a real spawn. I saw him. He's real. Her beliefs are vindicated. They are authentic. They are meaningful. And they are truthful. They are in alignment with reality, despite how wondrous they are. Alright, well, he's not up right now. What do you think, Songvale? Songvale says, I believe in the you who believes in Curry, who believes in Aln Sharan. Thank you. We got 30 seconds left on our ad break. Should I take a be right back? I think I probably should. I will take a be right back. And we will return. If you need to use the restroom, if you need to refill your drink, now is a great time. Hello, hello, we are back. Songvale has been musing in my absence. Songvale says... in the same vein that noticing that Aln is showing up in Aln Hara, as well as the Rift of Aln from both Harandar and Legion, I wonder if Aln Sharan and Val Shara sounding really similar is a coincidence. I don't know. I could see that going both ways, particularly as we don't know the pronunciation of Aln Sharan. Like, I'm not pronouncing it as the same way as Shara. But, like, I just made that choice on my own. I might be mispronouncing it because it's not voice acted. Thank you, Photon, for the welcome back. You know what I think we were going to do this week? That has just totally slipped my mind. We were going to maybe do, some house building. So I apologize, Photon, if that's what you were really remembering and looking forward to this week. Did we talk about Pokopia? I guess Photon's busy at work, so I probably should not be asking questions that only Photon can answer. Photon says she'll never recover from my failure to do house stream today. I'm sorry. We missed a quest up in Harkuai, so we're gonna go up there and do that. Photon says we didn't, though. Did you get Pokopia? If you did, what were your thoughts on it? I really like that the discourse around it is super positive. At the same time, the visual style is really not my thing. And I also am not great at cozy games because I am not currently overly good at just, like, spending time doing something without, like, a clear objective. Although one could argue that that means I should try to, like, get some games and then just log hours to better practice the habit of, like, being at peace and calm and just enjoying something is good, actually. I just feel like it's not the game for me, but the discourse around it is, like, the first time Pokemon's been genuinely positive in, like, a decade or more. Like, discourse about Pokemon for me. And I feel like I've missed out on that. But I am also really torn up about the fact that it is digital only, and the disclaimer on the box makes the box really ugly, and I just have a lot of, like, other baggage about it. And I'm wondering, knowing me as a person, or what you kind of know of me as a person, you probably know me better, you know, a long time ago, but I'm still somewhat similar to that person. Do you think I should try it, despite all of those misgivings, for $70? Or do you think I will just be frustrated and, in fact, should just, like, focus on Pokemon Champions? Photon says she's on break in 15 minutes and can chat about it then. Alright. I have a message from Songvale, so I'm pausing and focusing on stream. Oh, you were showing me that you have made marks. That's looking great. You're gonna do, like, a moon phase thing? That'll be cool. There's an NPC over there that says spore-covered firefly, and I misread it as space-covered firefly, and I was like, oh man, we got a cosmic moth over here. Songville says she has moved the side moons a bit since that picture, but yes, she's working on a background for a Dusk Harbor tarot card thing. Let's go! Oh my gosh, I'm a real streamer now. I just said let's go.
More words?
You're that stranger I've been hearing about, aren't you? I'm Sumira, apprentice painter to Jakul. You heard of him? No? Maybe his work hasn't made it to your lands. That makes sense, I guess. Anyhow, I heard you like helping people out. Well, a few important things went missing when Jakul was attacked and killed. I want them back. Will you meet me near Blooming Lattice?
I know the way.
This way, Demon Hunter. Race you there.
Oh, she turns into a little bat. Oh. See, again, in an era of my life in which I was, like, better able to just hang out, I think I would have just wanted to hang out as Haranir. In fact, I know that that's the case, because there was a huge era of my life where I just wanted to hang out with, like, not V stuff from Avatar, which is very similar to what this is, and it greatly inspired my Darkspear troll, who still wasn't really this aesthetic, because that's not what the Darkspear troll are, and then sort of was transformed into, that huntress became Sequari, my Tauren huntress, and it definitely still influenced that too, but again with a different aesthetic flavor, because Tauren are also not this. Sango says that's so cute. I am not sure what part of it is cute to you. Is it that she wants revenge for her dead master and to collect his things? I gotta pay more attention that I see when things go in the chat that do not have their context attached to them.
I am not afraid.
Jakul was my mentor, but he was also my friend. I won't stand for the Rutani keeping the things they stole from him.
What did Jakul teach you?
Jakul was one of the best painters among the Haranir. He rarely took on students, but he said I had lots of potential. I lived with him since I was young. Well, younger, I guess. I would spend all day mixing paint and learning how to create our sacred paintings. With him gone, I still have so much to learn. I don't know how to continue without him.
I am ready.
Thanks for coming. I wasn't sure you would. Up the hill that way is the Blooming Lattice, a settlement of Rutani who are quite vicious. Their leaders killed Jakul and took his things. I want them back.
I am not afraid.
A couple of days ago, a group of Rutani attacked and killed my mentor, Jakul. When they did, their stupid birds stole a few things from him. Those petals for brains will make off with anything shiny that isn't thorn down. Will you recover Jakul's things for me? I'm a painter, not a fighter. I wouldn't last very long in there on my own. The Rutani of the Blooming Lattice were behind the attack on Jakul. They're led by a prime bloom warden who's even more vicious. I hate them, and they're all terrible. How about you go and prune the overgrowth and make the rest of us safer? Jakul was out hunting petal wings when the Rutani came upon him and killed him. We used their feathers for some of our paintbrushes. They are especially useful in helping the young sprouts learn how to be more precise and delicate. While you're up there, will you bring me back some of their plumes?
You won't find me.
Alright. I think it's so interesting how, like, varying your input can help with managing attention when the activity itself is struggling to help you with that, or, like, be compelling enough. Whether that is a my brain issue or a, like, social media issue or whatever. Where, like, I don't know that ooh, I got my first one, so I need to get 500 of these to summon down that creature. These shards of luminous glass reflect the light of the goddess's song. They remind you of my adventures with Kuri and Harakuai. like, this is not my favorite. I know I have felt better physically, like, using my keyboard and mouse for World of Warcraft, but at the same time, if that's not holding my attention, then, like, this is holding my attention better than keyboard and mouse did with WoW last night, even though it's a more annoying way to play. And I just think that that's interesting and also really useful to learn, for me at least, that varying my input method kind of adds a novelty aspect to it. I guess it's probably similar to, like, thinking about Pokemon when people, you know, are very versed in really effective strategy, and then they do some kind of challenge that, like, limits them from using their usual tactics, even though their other understanding still definitely helps. But, like, when they're limited to use, like, unevolved Pokemon or something, their knowledge of the game overall still helps them be quite successful, but, they're having to think in a different way because their usual tool set, which is a better tool set, to be entirely clear, is just not available to them. Right now, you'll see me hitting no buttons because I'm trying to remember what my buttons are. We accidentally pulled and killed a moth. I have done wrong.
I don't have a target.
And I'm sorry. 5 of hunt. I should feel like this should be 5 of the hunt. I wonder if I should try naming my stream with, like, mood descriptors, you know? Like, in the same way that some people search genuinely for, like, chatty or chatting with viewers, which I do have on there since that is something that I do. But I wonder if I would help... It would help people find me where it's, like, positive or constructive or, you know, like mood things beyond topics like lore or questing. I wonder if people would search for that. It does give me insight on, like, which tags did people view my stream through. So I guess it's worth trying and then taking a look at those metrics to see. I mean, the goal is not per se to become a mega streamer, but it would be cool to have more people chatting and hanging out just as a social experience. Songville, what descriptors would you give the mood in the average WoWensday stream? Or, like, I guess me as a streamer, what tags would you put on my stream for, like, descriptors? I can only have 10 at a maximum. So I do have to be, like, kind of thoughtful. Songville says the ones she would pick are chill, contemplative, lore, immersion, and chill grinding. Those are good ones. I only have 30 minutes left, but I might update the tags with your suggested list. I might have to give up the Tamagotchi. One. We just not have enough room for it, which would be sad. But it is what it is. I am just flying up so that I can get to somewhere where I won't be attacked while I adjust those labels on the stream. The controller down for a second. No! That was not what I meant to do. I set the controller down and then promptly yeeted myself into the void. You know what's great about the Steam controller being kind of wide and flat? I have just realized that I can, like, set it on my wrist. And I think that's kind of fun. I feel like maybe I have this set right now to reduce my frame rate when I go away from it, and I think for this purpose of streaming, we're at least gonna just set it to half. Like, I know a lot of people don't like 30, but I feel like that's a good middle ground where it's still fairly smooth. Alright, let's see, your suggestions. Figure what was the last one you said? Immersion. That's a good one. All right. I wonder if chill grinding will fit. Oh, I can't hit another one. Well, we'll try what we have. And see how that does for us. Thank you for the suggestions. Pungo says, I am welcome and that she hopes they help. I agree.
I need a target.
Akut. The name, isn't it? I am much happier with the radial menu rather than that square menu that had, like, that made the little, like, 1" by 1" square a 4x4 button thing. That was just, it was very hard to reliably push the button that I wanted to. And as much as it's like the layout of a clock face does, like, I don't use the later buttons of the clock face very much, although to be honest, those would be the hardest ones to press. It's like mentally much easier to figure out, okay, how do I push 1 when it's like, oh, I push the 1 o'clock area of it. Says there's one over here. Oh, I see it. Crafting drill. Okay. Pungo says Makut is fun to say. It's a good name.
I need to target.
He said Makut is spelled. Makut was felled because Makut was fell. And so I, a demon hunter, one who crafted of the fell, came and put the kaboot on Makut. I gave the boot to Makut. The boot from existence. The boot from life. Imagine if what happens when you die is your brain just gets this giant pop-up that says you have been disconnected from the server. I guess that was what the premise of the Matrix was, wasn't it?
I'm out of range.
feel like, I don't know, like I like shift being on the left 4 button on the back. I'm struggling a little bit with like control being on R4. For some reason, when I think it's because I'm using the right hand, it makes me think like, oh, I want to hit control numpad 1 for my interrupt. And instead I'm hitting control just like normal 1, and that's not the button that I need. Photon is finally on her break. Congratulations. Tell me about Procopia. And you think Songvale's descriptors for the stream sound good? Awesome, thank you. Well, we'll try them. We'll see if we notice an uptick in people visiting. I think part of the real challenge is I feel like people come and visit my stream like on the days where I manage to stream basically at the time when I need to go to work, which is just very ironic. But tell me about whether or not you think I would like Procopia, and whether or not I would not like Procopia, or whether I should train myself to like Procopia, because all the reasons I don't like it or wouldn't like it are character flaws. This is going to be very hard.
I need to get closer.
Can't do it while moving. Well, how am I supposed to get there then? Can't do it while moving. Ah, here we go. Alright. That.
I'm out
The
of
Prime
range.
Bloom Warden. I read Blood Warden, which admittedly is a much more intimidating title. I've hit the numpad button, and I'm... Oh, well, part of the issue is that I'm pushing the wrong trackpad. It's interesting how sometimes your brain just gets flipped on, like, where the controls are. Blood Warden is Ilvalet's surname. That is such a metal... Like, I realize, like, everybody starts somewhere, but that's such a metal name for, like, a 3-year-old to have. What's your surname? Blood Warden. I'm 2 years old. Photon Debugger says, Procopia is fun to her because it has ways of keeping one engaged because you are building habitats and homes for Pokemon. It does have mini-goals and encouraging you to play, so it's not aimless completely. Like, she hates Minecraft, but she does like other cozy games like Rune Factory. Rune Factory is a game that I know I have looked at several times and been like, oh, I should try this, and then I haven't. Good to know. Photon says she thinks that the Pokemon is what keeps it engaging because it's like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon where you can talk to Pokemon and they all have strong personalities. Okay. So it is your opinion that I should try it. Photon loves Rune Factory. I forget which one I like looked at and thought about getting. And I feel like there was one maybe on Steam that I looked at, but it also was a game that I just thought about getting, like, when I go on my spurts of, like, emulation stuff. You think I should try it 100%. Is there a good Rune Factory for DS? Like, not 3DS, but DS? Oh, you mean Procopia, not Rune Factory. Although you're probably for me trying Rune Factory also. I guess I just have to decide, do I want to buy the game box then with the ugly disclaimer on the front? Or do I just buy it as a digital game, considering it is a digital game, like the cartridge doesn't have anything on it? Rune Factory 3 is her favorite. It is on DS and Switch. I've been thinking about putting more games on my DS flash cart and trying to actually use, like, the old hardware. Just because, again, changing my input method seems to keep my attention span interested because of the different, like, tactile feeling. I feel like all of my hobbies and interests are still, like, things that are two-dimensional. They, like, go on a screen or something. But everything just being, like, flat is also inhibiting my ability to, like, really stay focused and engaged with it. And so having different peripherals or different controller layouts, or like my desktop versus my laptop, seems to help. I don't know. And even if it is like a band-aid for like me needing to control my own attention, it's like I feel like I need it to be easier for a little bit so that I get back to a place of being like, ah yes, this feels good, and also my brain understands, and I am strong enough to like say like, hey, does thing feel good? We should pursue that rather than worrying or being focused on things that don't feel good. Anyway, that's a sidebar. Photon says I could probably just print out a new cover sheet without the ugly logo. That's true. I could just get the case and put a nice cover on it. I think the other thing is, like, I like collecting the cases, but the reality is all of my cases are in a drawer. So, like, and, like, the spines of Switch and Switch 2 cases are not interesting in any way, shape, or form. So, does it matter? I don't know. Probably doesn't. Photon Debugger said Rune Factory 1, 2, and 3 are all on the DS. Rune Factory 4 is the best one, according to the community, and that one is 3DS and Switch. I see. What does the community like about 4 that they think is better? Since I'm never sure if the community... Sometimes communities for certain games don't like the same things I like.
Is it done? Is Jakul avenged?
More words? I am ready.
Those birds would steal your head if it wasn't attached to your shoulders, especially if you were wearing a shiny hat or helm, right off your shoulders.
Oh, actually, I wanted to read this scroll.
I know the way.
So I'm glad that something about what just happened reminded me that. I really don't know what it was. Quest items.
The scroll is torn in many places. Dark red splotches obscure some of the words. Samira, if you found this, then I have met my end. I hoped that I met my fate with piles of my enemies around me, but it's more likely that I tripped and fell from some great height, knowing me. I left something behind for you. You have been my most promising student, and I want to ensure that your training does not get interrupted by something as trivial as my physical body no longer being present. Find the cave behind the waterfall and the blooming lattice. Take care, for the Rutani guard it well, as it is where they store some of their treasured seeds. I found it first, but they have driven me from it. I know that you will find a way. May your roots grow deep as you stretch towards the light. I am proud to have been your mentor.
More words?
That's sweet. And also, I think makes me feel kind of emotional, because I would like to have that experience as a teacher. That was really sweet. Photon says, personally though, I say if you like Pokemon and the personalities and just watching them interact and walk around building houses and seeing how each Pokemon interacts, then go ahead and get Pokopia, but if it doesn't sound that interesting, then maybe skip. There is really interesting lore implications in notes that you can find around the world and has a very touching story with a hopeful ending. See, that's what gets me. I just wish it looked a little bit different or was actually on the cartridge. Ugh. Or that it was $5, because apparently I've reached the point in my life where, like, if something's kind of interesting and it's $5, I'm just like, sure, whatever. That sounds fine. Which, you know, in the past, even if it was like $2, I had to be sure that I would absolutely love it.
I am not afraid.
Those birds would steal your head if it wasn't attached to your shoulders, especially if you were wearing a shiny hat or helm, right off your shoulders. She pauses for a moment as if picturing this, then turns slightly green and shudders. You did it! I knew they had those rotten weed-for-brain scavengers. I know it's silly to be upset about things like a favorite spoon, but they took Jakul's life. I won't let them take anything else from him. You're the best, Runathe.
Photon says, maybe just watch 1 hour of the beginning of your game and see if I find it interesting. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I think I tried to, like, go look at streamers playing it, but it was just always kind of in the middle, or, like, they were working on, like, building a project. Or, like, the reality is, I'm picky about, like, what I actually enjoy in a game stream. And so, like, I just wasn't enjoying their stream. And so it wasn't as helpful in giving me an answer to watch tiny chunks of Pokopia streams in the way that, like, it was immediately helpful to changing my mind about not getting Brilliant Diamond to watch clips of that, which just for the record, made me buy it, and I actually did enjoy it, but, you know, I like the original Diamond and Pearl better, visually especially, and also just... Well, visually I liked it better, but I also think the simplified sprite form, for me, like, makes me use my imagination to fill in the blanks, whereas 3D worlds, I find that I don't imagine more details, because something about it being 3D just makes my brain sort of, especially the more details there, like, is painted in, the less my brain feels like it's supposed to add to it, so it just doesn't. So visually, I still like original Diamond and Pearl Platinum more, but I actually did like Brilliant Diamond. So again, you can see why it's so special to me that people are positive about Pokopia, because, you know, I'll be positive about almost anything in Pokemon. Photon feels it's a pretty mid-remake. I'll grant that. I think the best remakes they've done were Omega Ruby. Oh, I don't know. I really liked Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but actually Heart Gold, Soul Silver, fantastic. Maybe Heart Gold, Soul Silver top tier, because the sprite art still leaves lots of room for the imagination while it has lots of cool details. But I really liked the dialogue writing and the colors and some of the bottom screen mechanics for, like, chaining and hunting Pokemon in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And then Brilliant Diamond, Shiny Pearl is kind of with Fire Red, Leaf Green, and, like, it's fine, but... yeah, I'm with you, Photon. Photon agrees with me. But Pokopia says, community really likes Rune Factory 4 because it's very polished, interesting love interest characters, and just interesting characters as well. Great plot, too, and a lot of the mechanics are very refined. Maybe it's possible that your message, maybe you watch an hour at the beginning of the game and see if you find it interesting, was actually about Rune Factory and not Pokopia. That might make more sense. Photon says that she'd stream it for me. Maybe we should do that sometime. DexNav is amazing. I wish they brought it back. Yes, that's the feature I'm talking about. I love that.
I am ready.
Is it done? Thanks, but it won't bring Jakul back. It won't bring Jakul back, but now they won't be hurting anyone else.
I know the way. I am not afraid.
Have you gathered the petal wing plumes I asked for? They're essential for the lessons of the younger Haranier. Thank you for bringing me these feathers. I will use one of them to paint a special memorial for Jakul. The rest will go to the children. I suppose it will fall to me now to teach them. The scroll you brought back was left behind for me by my mentor, Jakul. I didn't even have a chance to read it before it was stolen away. Jakul left directions in the scroll to a cave that's behind a waterfall in the Blooming Lattice. I'm not sure what we'll find there, but I would really appreciate it if you came along while I check it out. Will you meet me there?
You won't find
Come on,
me.
let's see what Jakul left for me.
Photon says no, the 1 hour was about Pokopia. Okay. I don't know. I like the cartridges. I feel like that's a fun part of it for me. But it does make me wonder if I should just buy it digital. I don't know. Photon says she needs to get back on her modded version of Oras. Were you playing one, or were you making one?
You believe this? A vision stone!
More words?
This is incredible! I can't believe there's a whole cave back here. And Jakul left behind a vision stone for me.
I am ready.
Jakul was killed before he could finish my training, but I would recognize his work anywhere. He must have painted this vision stone for me. The Rutani will catch on pretty soon that we're up here, and I won't be able to defend myself. Will you keep watch while I journey into the memory he left me? Let me know when you're ready to begin.
Photon was playing one. What was special about it? What was
I
the
am
mod?
not afraid. I know the way.
Very well. Here goes.
I was thinking about trying Pokemon Infinite Fusion recently, And then I also... There was a game I found that was, like, very different mechanically from normal Pokemon, called Pokemon Crown. And I've wanted to try that for a while, but I have not gotten to it. Try what? I missed it. Pokemon Infinite Fusion.
I need a target.
I know people really like that. And then there's another one called Pokemon Crown that I have wanted to try that, like, mechanically is much more of, like, a strategy game than a conventional Pokemon one. There was one that I played that, like, it's very early, like, only the first hour and a half of it really was available and the rest was blocked off, but it was kind of like a Lord of the Rings fantasy meets Pokemon. And that the game premise of that was really cool, but like I said, there was not a whole lot of it left. Sumera says, let's get out of here. I'm sad that I did not get to see her experience, but I guess it wasn't for me. It was for her, you know? But I do want to see it. I wonder what he had left to teach her. Photon says, Crown looks so cool, but she doesn't see updates on it, so she doesn't know how long it is. It's been going on for a while, and there was a pretty substantial amount of it available last time. I think I'm still in their Discord. The game that I was just talking about with the Lord of the Rings fantasy, I can't remember, Sacred Phoenix, maybe? Was the name of the Lord of the Rings fantasy one?
Thank you so much, Runethe. You gave me a way to say goodbye to my mentor. Now that I have seen what he wanted me to, I can continue my training. It means so much that Jakul left this here for me. I miss him, but I will honor his memory. Thanks for your help. Now I can continue my training.
I wonder what she saw. Or if it was just the opportunity to interact with him one more time. Photon says she doesn't know that other one sounds neat. I'm assuming you mean neat? Like cool? But yeah, I really liked it. There just wasn't that much of it. And I was like, so the Discord, the creator and the Discord for the game was interesting to me because they were dual language English and French, actually. And so like I was actually giving a lot of typo corrections and stuff for the English translation, and I enjoyed that interaction too. But every so often, one of their channels would just have some not great political takes, which I think partially came through the vein of, like, they were often discussing social issues that were incendiary on the internet because of, like, American political context. But they were in France with a different, like, similar but different versions of those issues. So I don't know if their takes were nuanced or not. They did not seem very good to me. But I think it was also partially that, like, they were having a discussion about situations that they did not really understand or, like, would have had different connotations in the US. It was just very negative and kind of hateful seeming. So unfortunately, I left. I loved their game premise, but the actual dev made me a little bit uncomfortable sometimes. But the game that they were making was very much my thing, and so it's kind of in the back of my mind to, like, go find it again eventually when they've created more content, because at least I hope this French person's game is not about the American political situation in 2026 when it's, like, Lord of the Rings fantasy Pokemon. It should have nothing to do with the specific social issues they were discussing.
I am in need of more venom and also more healing water.
I don't remember all of the context on it. So don't quote me. Like, I don't know what their opinions are. I know there were some other users discussing it too. So I might have I might also have, like, misunderstood, right? Because I'm reading this conversation that's happening in French, so maybe there's sarcasm or something that I, like, genuinely couldn't pick up on, because that is not a strong language of communication for me, at my skill level with it, so. Not here canceling them. Not my intent right now. I liked their game. Alright, well, we are coming up on the end of the stream window for today. What did we achieve? We finished some Harndar storylines. Up. We are now in the great, like, one of the best music tracks in this area. It just makes me feel this sense of, like, transcendence. Beautiful. But we finished the quests all the way up in this area. Map is less stressful to look at now. In the future, I will continue to address all of the quests on the map. We also discussed whether or not I should get Pocopia. And I don't know that I came any closer to a decision, but I'm also starting to appreciate that, for me at least, sometimes there's a number of things in my life that it's not about, like, finding the right piece of information. It's just about, like, sitting with the same information for an extended period of time until suddenly, like, the amount of processing I've done just suddenly makes it make sense. And I suspect Pocopia will just be one of those things where one day I will just be at peace. I love this group here. Look at them. We got Mom and the babies following around. I think it's very cute. One day I will either just be at peace with no, I am not getting Pocopia, or I will decide to get Pocopia. I mean, it will just take a little bit more time for me to decide which side of the fence I'm on. Photon says, oh wait, with Game Share she could just lend it. Wait, I forgot you could lend digital games. Are you serious? Songville, says this morning she saw Robin Mom being harassed by her children. Oh, that's not wholesome. Don't do that, Robin children. Photon says, yeah. Oh, okay. Are we friends on Switch? I think we are. We were. Photon says that she hasn't played it in a while, so no worries if I borrow it. Oh, thank you. Okay. I forgot that that was an option, because I was just like, it sucks that there's no demo. Okay. How do you send it to me? Do I have to, like, send a request? Songville said, they were hopping along while they hopped behind her and screamed the entire time, and then she took off and flew over the house behind her, still screaming, and crashed into the cedar trees on the other side. Oh my gosh. I thought you were gonna say that, like, they were screaming, so she just, like, took off and flew away, but the babies were not yet able to fly, and I was like, I mean, I guess evolution will select for children that we can bear to be around. Photon says no, she can do it. Okay, well, I was gonna say, oh, I'll pick up my Switch too and look for it, but it occurs to me, you're at work, so I assume you are not sending it to me right this moment. Songville, I did see you say, would you like to hang out with my Harner with me? Did you mean right now? Like, for the last few minutes of stream? And Photon confirms, no, alas, she cannot send me the game right this moment. I understand. I forgot that that was a thing, and honestly, I don't like the game cart thing. Where, like, it's a cartridge, but the game's not on it. You have to download it from the eStore. I hate that, as I have already covered, and Songvale has already heard several times. But the fact that I can loan or receive loans of digital games, that's a Nintendo W right there. Songvale says, she can log in if I would like, but she meant sometime soon. Yeah, maybe we should hang out. Try and do a nice nature time film. I do feel like the Harnier, like, I don't know if they're still experiencing the huge, like, interest population boom that they did when they first came out, but every time I do their quests, I'm like, oh, I really like this. This is nice. So I should do more with the Harnier. Oh, I see you're signing in on Callaway. Callaway, Kalwe is the main Harnier that Songvale has created, and I absolutely love that name for Harnier. It's beautiful. Photon says she will let me know when she is home. Okay, I do have to go to work today, unfortunately. So I will not be home until roughly 6.5 hours from current time. Social. Let's see. Oh, social, they have moved it over here. Again, if you are joining us and you're like, why are you clicking all these things? It's because I'm on Steam Controller and I have a limited amount of buttons that I can push. You are time walking for Cataclysm right now, Songvale. Your teleport has cruelly sent you to Oldham. I'm sorry. Songwell says, cursed, she just left Ogremar. Well, that is brutal. But on the other hand, I guess I do have to sign off in 5 minutes anyway. Technically, I don't have to leave to walk to work for 35 minutes, but I don't know. I don't don't really have time at this point to make food. So I was gonna say, like, oh, I want to go make some chicken. Maybe I will make chicken anyway. And either bring it with to work or just drive to work and leave my car there overnight. I have bus duty tonight, so unfortunately I don't get to, like, just come home at 5:15. I have to ride the bus until 6 or 6:15. Songville says she's gonna go back and turn it off. She's tired of Chromie time being such a problem and she's just not gonna use it anymore. It is a very frustrating feature. Ooh, you're on my map, though. Where are you? Are you in Silvermoon? You are in the den. Hello. Hello, Songvale. A hug, my friend. Everybody enjoy Kalwe. Awesome, cool. Harnier. And also Songvale. Our beloved friend. Yeah. Well, thanks for a pleasant stream this morning. Not driven, but definitely, you know, as we tagged it, kind of contemplative, kind of going all over the place. To watch my streams, you have to have the same interests as me, because despite the fact that we're playing World of Warcraft, like, we're just going to talk about Pokemon, we're going to talk about Genshin, we're going to talk about Tamagotchi. So, yeah. Alright, Photon says, bye-bye, thanks for the stream. So yeah, I guess we're wrapping it up here. You are most welcome. I will be back tomorrow with Genshin Impact. And, you know, Friday Variety. Sometimes that Variety involves no stream whatsoever. That's how we get some real variety in there. You don't even know if it's going to happen. But we will definitely see everybody for Genshin Impact tomorrow. And, of course, another WoWensday next week. Thanks for hanging out, and have a good one, everyone. Farewell, farewell. I'm sorry we say goodbye, but we do goodbye, bye, bye. Holloway has hugged me. Thank you for that. Have a good one, folks.